Hey there, and welcome back to Love Messages. I'm Ava, and I'm so happy you've joined me today. If you're new, a warm welcome to you, and if you're already subscribed, it's great to see you again. Before we dive into today's reading, just a quick note. Personal readings are on hold until September, but if you'd like to connect with me on Patreon, you can find all the details in the comments below. Now, let's get started. I'm going to use this deck to explore how your person is feeling at this moment, what's going on in their mind and heart, and we'll also look at the most important messages they want to share directly from their heart. The first card that came up is "We Met for a Reason," and wow, this energy is powerful. I'm sensing that your person, who carries more masculine energy, has gone through a significant shift recently. It feels like they may have pulled back after a period of closeness, and this feels intentional. If they could be completely honest with you, they would probably admit that your connection is leaving them feeling confused. There's something about it that doesn't quite make sense to them, and as someone with masculine energy, they need things to feel clear. This energy feels very serious and introspective. Something has caused them to pause and reflect, and now they're determined to figure it out. One aspect of your connection, especially your divine feminine energy, is leaving them puzzled. They're asking themselves a lot of questions, and these questions might be triggering deep shifts in your connection. You might even be noticing these shifts through physical sensations, changing emotions, or signs and synchronicities. Your person is intensely curious. Something in their past has led them to search within, and now they're comparing your relationship to others they've experienced. What stands out is how unique you are, how different the way they feel when they're with you is compared to anything they've known before. This difference is magnetic, and it's pushing them to search for answers from a higher perspective. As the divine feminine, your energy is incredibly powerful. You naturally draw things towards you, and this magnetic pull is unlike anything your person has ever experienced. They're trying to understand what it means for the future of your connection. Whatever direction this takes, it's clear that your bond is unlike anything they've ever encountered before. You may not realize it, but one thing driving them wild right now is your essence. It's everything about you that's hard for them to define or fully see, and it pulls them in an almost overwhelming way. While your beauty might be part of it, it's really your energy that captivates them. This person is being pushed to view your connection from a higher perspective, but they're struggling to fully understand their emotions. Their hot and cold behavior, those intense moments followed by confusion, comes from an internal conflict. They're wrestling with emotions that don't make sense to them, and it's affecting the dynamics between you. They're still shocked by how strongly they feel for you and how this connection even came to be. One thing they're certain of is that your connection is no accident. Everything else is a mystery to them, and they're deeply curious about what it all means. You might feel that confusion or a sense of being stuck in the energy. You might even find yourself wondering what their next move will be, especially if they've recently pulled back. If they've reduced communication or taken a step back, it's intentional. They need space to process their emotions and make sense of everything. This pause is important for them as they navigate the depths of this connection. This person tends to be firm and logical, valuing practicality over emotions. So the intensity of their feelings for you is unsettling. They may feel like things moved too quickly and now they're trying to regain their balance. But your energy has thrown them off balance, and they're trying to figure out what all of this means. The next message is a big one. You're my one true love. For many of you, this could confirm something you've been wondering. You can feel the connection, but you've been seeking clarity about how they truly feel. They are in love with you, or at least they believe they are. To validate this, they've been comparing this connection to their past ones, and nothing compares. The realization is making your bond stand out in a way that they can't ignore. The intensity of their emotions has them overthinking, which is rare for someone who is usually so grounded. Normally calm and composed, this person finds their equilibrium completely disrupted when it comes to you. They may even hold back from acting or speaking because their feelings are so intense. You might sense their emotions, but you may not fully grasp how strong they are. Interestingly, they recognized your significance before you realized theirs. It was your energy that drew them in effortlessly. Something about you stands out deeply to them. If you've been wondering whether this person feels the same way, this is your sign. It seems they've been suppressing their feelings, maybe even practicing a lot of self-restraint. The attraction they feel is so overwhelming that they've been struggling to figure out if it's love or just lust. Your feminine energy is magnetic, and it doesn't require effort. It's just who you are. They're very aware of this, which is why they were cautious at first. They might have convinced themselves that they wouldn't let things progress, but now they can't help but fall for you, and they're questioning everything. There's something about you that is both mysterious and pure, sparking their curiosity and making them want to learn more about you on a deeper level. As the divine feminine, you might doubt whether this person truly feels this way, but it's often the masculine energy that recognizes the divine feminine first. Their nature responds to feminine energy, and everything about them reacts when they're near the one meant for them. They may not have the words to explain this, but they're deeply in love with you. They've been comparing your connection to past relationships, and there's no contest. This one is unmatched in every way. Chemistry, attraction, passion, emotion, and energy. This connection is extraordinary. The masculine energy may have held back their feelings, which is why they haven't expressed them openly. But it's clear now. They've realized that you are their one true love. The feelings they've been holding back are powerful, and they're beginning to accept them. It seems you and this person share a profound connection in terms of your individual journeys in love and the lessons you've both learned. Even if you haven't directly discussed your past experiences, there's an unspoken understanding between you that feels unique and unlike anything you've both encountered before. At this moment, their energy is intensely focused on relationships, particularly their own personal growth within them. They seem to want to open up about how their past experiences have shaped who they are today. While it's unclear whether you've talked about your histories, they are deeply reflecting on their relationships. They've encountered both difficult, draining connections and others that were meaningful, but what stands out is the recurring sense of emptiness they've often felt, as though something was always missing. There's also an imbalance between masculine and feminine energy in their past, and they are now considering how they showed up in those relationships versus how they feel with you. They are in tune with their emotional journey, and your presence as a divine feminine energy plays a significant role in this. You inspire them to connect with their own masculine strength. There's something truly special about your dynamic. Your energy complements theirs in a way that feels in sync emotionally, mentally, and even sexually. They feel you can fully embrace them as if you're the perfect match. What stands out most to them is their growing recognition that your connection is true love. Over time, they've come to respect their past experiences, seeing them as stepping stones that led them to you. They envision a future with you, possibly even a lifetime together. What they particularly appreciate is how easy and natural your connection feels. What might have once been challenging now flows effortlessly when you're together. This dynamic feels so perfect that they sometimes wonder if it's too good to be true. And perhaps you feel the same. It's one of those heart-to-heart connections, and if you've had those types of conversations, you may already know that they've been through a lot. Yet, you have an incredible ability to accept and embrace all aspects of them, even the parts they've struggled with. Your intuitive and empathic nature provides exactly what they need, and they truly cherish this about you. There's also a message that you're a blessing in disguise for them. This realization likely came during a time of separation from you. At first, they didn't fully grasp it, but the timing of their awareness was perfect. Had they understood it sooner, it might not have had the same impact. Over time, they gained clarity about you and your connection as they were ready to absorb it. There's a noticeable difference between where they began and where they are now. This whole journey feels intentional, as if it was divinely guided. They didn't fully understand you or the path your relationship would take at the start, and they didn't have many expectations. However, as time passed, things started falling into place, and eventually there was a moment of realization about you, especially concerning how you interact with their masculine energy. You have this special ability to reflect back to them, encouraging them to look inward and examine their own actions instead of projecting their issues onto you. Something specific may have happened recently that forced them to face their behavior and motivations. Initially, this triggered them, and they may not have responded well, but that trigger proved to be transformative. Your clear, expressive, divine, feminine energy, especially in how you communicate, makes them think deeply. They admire your courage to challenge them, even if they haven't expressed it openly. You don't allow yourself to be intimidated by their energy, which makes you stand out. You don't let things slide, especially when it affects your well-being, and they respect that. You've reached a place where you're intentional about what you allow into your life. Anything that connects with you must align with your positive energy. When they acted from a lower vibrational place, you confronted it directly, showing that you're not someone who can be walked over. They appreciate this, even if they haven't said so. It seems something you said really made an impact on them, prompting them to reflect. This retreat was purposeful. They needed to look inward, and what they discovered surprised them. Your words helped them uncover patterns or obstacles in their relationships, including with you. Without your authenticity, they might not have had this realization. Your presence has helped them break cycles that could have harmed your connection. While they may not have thanked you directly, they deeply appreciate your honesty, your willingness to speak your mind, and your ability to express your feelings. They recognize that this relationship has helped them evolve into a better version of themselves. The connection between the two of you is undeniably powerful, blending both masculine and feminine energies in a way that's subtle yet deeply impactful. Your communication style leaves them in awe. They genuinely listen to you, value your perspective, and can envision a future with you. They might even say things just to see how you'll interpret them, and each time you surprise them. Your energy is unlike anything they've encountered, and at this moment, they see you as a blessing they never expected. While they may have initially formed judgments about you based on appearances or assumptions, you've proven to be far more extraordinary than they could have imagined. As they get to know you better, they realize there's so much more to you than they first thought. You're incredibly perceptive, always tuning into their energy, noticing both the things they say and the things left unsaid. These subtle cues give you deep insights into their feelings and where they are in their journey. The questions you ask and the conversations you share leave them amazed as they begin to slowly uncover more about you and the connection you share. What they've discovered about you wasn't hidden. It's simply that they've become more aware as they've opened up to you and the bond between you both. Right now, they're in awe of what they're realizing. One of the cards even says, "You're a part of my destiny," which feels like confirmation. This masculine energy is deeply in love and is possibly talking to others, trying to make sense of their emotions. They're being guided by their inner compass, which is leading them to these realizations, and they may even be planning for the future. The one thing they're certain of is that you're meant to be in their life. They might even realize that this is a twin flame connection, something you, the divine feminine, may have wondered about. It's clear to them now as they see this bond as something intense, cyclical, and almost otherworldly. It's as if the realization is coming to them at this moment because they weren't ready to understand it before, but now they do, and they want you to know that they understand it fully. No matter how they label it, they recognize the powerful energy behind this connection, and that awareness will positively influence your bond, even if there's distance between you. This newfound awareness brings fresh energy into the relationship and eases some of the tension. It gives them a sense of peace because they now understand that this connection isn't just something that's constantly on their mind. It holds deep, meaningful significance. For you, this should bring peace as well, knowing that your masculine recognizes the sacredness of the bond you share. It relieves some pressure because they are processing what this all means, but they've already concluded that you're connected for life. They can't shake the bond they feel with you. Right now, they're experiencing a rush of emotions and insights that they're still trying to process. What matters most to them is that they know their feelings for you aren't random. Those intuitive nudges they've been feeling have been confirmed. Another card even says, "You were sent to me," and they're realizing that you came into their life at exactly the right moment. They're grateful for both the timing and the connection. They've been preparing for this moment, even if it came sooner than expected. They've realized that you were brought into their life for a reason. They've been trying to understand where you came from and why you've made them feel things they've never felt before. At some point, they may have pulled back to reflect and process their emotions. During this time, they've revisited past relationships, patterns, and dynamics to gain a deeper understanding. This reflection is serious to them because they want to make sense of everything, and it strongly suggests that they are ready to take this connection forward. This whole process has been deeply significant for them, and there's even a possibility that a deeper commitment is on the horizon. They're not someone who easily opens up emotionally. They've been in relationships before, but allowing themselves to fully surrender to love is a real challenge. All the introspection and questioning they've gone through are part of a bigger picture. You might even feel the anticipation too, as they're building momentum and gaining a clarity they've never experienced before. With you, they finally feel like they can be themselves, and that's one of the reasons they see you as such a blessing. Your energy naturally aligns with theirs in a way they've never experienced before. Your powerful feminine energy has inspired them to embrace their true masculine role, and this dynamic has been incredibly impactful for them. If they haven't said it already, they see you as their true love and an essential part of their destiny. While they may have pulled back to reflect, they're now planning something meaningful. They're taking their time and seeking guidance to move forward with the connection carefully. Your energy has confirmed something important for them, and they're now taking deliberate, thoughtful steps to ensure that this connection unfolds in the best possible way. This shift is speeding up the process. Through you, they've learned something profound about themselves. You've challenged them in ways no one else has, which has led to deep reflections on who they are and how they've shown up in relationships. They've compared this connection to their past ones and are incredibly grateful for the impact you've had on their life. At first, they might have been confused, unsure if their feelings were about love or just physical attraction because the intensity was overwhelming. But as they've gotten to know you better, they've realized that you're a mirror for them, helping them grow in ways no one else could. This connection is a beautiful harmony of masculine and feminine energies, and they now know exactly who you are to them. A shift is happening, and they're ready to move forward with clarity and purpose. Thank you for being part of this journey. If this message resonates with you, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.